This is the Taco and Pulse, and today we're going to be talking about Amazon's stupidity as they don't bring back MGM's Stargate. We should be on the second season at least by now. But as Stargate continued to be popular and now is on Roku, we have to ask, how stupid are they? Let's get into it.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.
So we've been talking about Stargate on Scitrek and now the Tachyon Pulse for a long time. We have been at the front of all of the Stargate news and rumours. We've told you several times big exclusives that then were confirmed by things like Deadline or other insiders. But now we have to ask, where the hell is Stargate? Why aren't we already on the second season of some brilliant continuation of SG-1? And why am I saying that this is really ridiculous we're in this position right now? Well, Stargate has still a really strong fan base, and that has just been proved again by the fact that Roku are starting a Stargate exclusive channel, similar to what Pluto have got in some regions. Roku have now paid their subscription fees to Amazon MGM, and they have got a brand new channel on its way that's going to exclusively show Stargate. Here in the UK, Stargate is on MGM Plus, obviously, but it's also on Sky Television, and they repeat it constantly. There is at least 2 or 3 different episodes of Stargate on every single day. But still, Amazon MGM delay. Now, we've been able to tell you here that they really have flip-flopped. It's a TV series, it's a movie, it's a TV series, it's back to a movie. And we've also been able to tell you that it seems to be at the moment that the plan is to do a Stargate movie, and that should be announced by the end of the year. They do have a congested schedule, basically, still from the 2023 12-month nearly strikes of actors, writers, directors. But they are slowly getting through that congestion. And basically we're getting to the point where we hope that something's going to be announced late summer, early winter-ish time. But there's no guarantee. Basically, there's no guarantee that they're going to do this until it's greenlit. I would actually argue there's no guarantee of any TV show or movie actually being produced until it's greenlit and filming. And even then, occasionally TV seasons, series, different things. I'm thinking like Nautilus, that was produced by and created by Disney, but now is on Amazon because Disney didn't want to show it. Sometimes disappear into obscurity. Batgirl got made. No one's ever seen it. I have to ask, though, is Amazon just stupid for not doing this? Is it idiotic? Well, it's not 100% fair. There are some problems that we've talked about a million times on this channel with bringing Stargate back. One of which just being, they were god killers. Where do you go from that? We've talked about how Amazon definitely do not want to do a hard reboot. But there's also a risk that the longer we go without a continuation, the more likely it is, or more possible it is, that Amazon will go down that road. Stargate, though, still gets really good views, as I said, and channels like Roku, Pluto, want the original seasons. They want Stargate SG-1, SGU even, and SGA. But Amazon don't seem to want to create anything new. As you Stargaters know, the second most valuable thing behind Bond that MGM had when they were showing SG-1 and SGA and SGU was Stargate. It was the show that was making $800 or $900 million a year in, fees as it was shown all over the world. But Amazon seemed to refuse to want to tap into that money. Why is it so important, though, and why is it so idiotic that they haven't been doing it when they really should? For one, with Amazon Prime and MGM Plus, they have the perfect way to show new seasons. What I would do personally is show MGM Plus first, behind a paywall. I'm putting my business hat on here, not my fan hat, alright? Because my fan hat says put it on Amazon Prime first because I already pay for Amazon Prime. And I don't really want to pay another fee to get MGM Plus. But my business hat, I would want to grow MGM Plus. And putting Sky and putting a new Stargate series, on there first would bring an audience to MGM Plus that they don't currently have. MGM Plus was actually a channel that was growing significantly before early 2023 when they decided to cut the budget. That's around the same time as well they decided to get rid of Freevee, even though that took a little while to actually then happen. So MGM Plus has basically stagnated ever since. Its numbers haven't really increased massively. But it used to be a very popular channel. It used to have very high scores of satisfactory. People were asked, how much do you like MGM Plus? And the people that had it were like, we like it a lot. There's loads of movies on there. It's a good channel at a reasonable price. But people don't want to buy these add-ons. Amazon basically had this business model a few years ago where they were going to create all these sub-channels, and they were hoping that people would pay for Prime because you then get, the free delivery, etc. anyway, and you get some movies, you get some TV shows almost as a bonus. But they really wanted to focus on things like MGM Plus, Freevee, etc., where they were actually going to push content. They realised it doesn't work. People feel a bit gypped by it, that it's basically paying twice. But what they could do is put it on MGM Plus first, and then basically when season 2 drops, you then put it on Prime. People will watch it there, and then when you've gotten to seasons 3 or 4, you put it on something like Netflix. Something that there are lots of people watching it already, and it will bring a lot of new eyes. Or you affiliate it and sell it to things like Sky, and that would bring a large audience to the show. You don't do it straight away. Again, business hat on. You try and get people to get on MGM. You then put it on Prime, where that'll bring a much larger audience. And then, say when you've started season 3, you put it on an even larger audience of people again, here in the UK on Sky. Somewhere that people can basically watch it for free or through one of their normal subscriptions. Basically, you put it on cable or something in America I don't know, ABC or something. I don't know what the American channels are. But, broadcast channels that have a wider audience. That then will filter back into MGM Plus as people watch it, hopefully love it, and then want to watch the new season as it comes out, taking you back to MGM Plus or Prime. For me, this is a no-brainer. You've got a franchise that is still making money for you. It still makes really good money. A few years ago, when they basically did a bunch of questionnaires and they asked people, would you want this? They said yes. You've got a show that things like Roku want to pay you for, and they've still not done it. I get that there have been problems. I get they needed their own studio space, which is something, again, we've talked about a lot. But they've got it now, or at least a lot of that studio space is still coming online. It has been delayed in lots of ways, but it started coming online last summer. They've still got more to bring online. They wanted to produce these things themselves. I get that, totally. But when you've got a product that makes money for you already, surely as a business, you want to tap into that. Surely as a business, you want to make more money. Money's good. We like money. And it's got a franchise with a universe that you can exploit in lots of different ways. You can do what we talked about here 3 years ago when this was, really looked like it was going to happen. You can have a core SGC series, Stargate Command or whatever, but then you can do a little Jaffa mini-series. You can do a few prequels that people would actually want to watch because you've got the Ancients 50 bloody million years ago that, had really fascinating stories like the Plague and things like that, or Launching the Destiny and blah, 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 that would be really interesting to flesh out and get more, more content there. But they haven't. And instead, what they seem to be doing is going to do a movie. Which, unless that opens the door to a series, I also think is idiotic. So, are Amazon stupid? Well, okay, look, I can understand some of the reasons why we're still waiting for this. But on the whole, This should have been one of the first things they did. And I actually think they were going to. I think MGM Plus were going to do this. The head of MGM Plus actually even mentioned it in an interview. Oh, this must have been January 2022, maybe. And he said, we've got something from the archive, from the MGM library, that's really going to excite fans, and we're planning to do it later this year. But then the budget got cut. Never happened. I think that was Stargate. I have no insider knowledge on that. I was not told that at the time, but I think that was Stargate. I know they were looking at a series, but I didn't know where that series was going to land. I think it was going to land on MGM Plus. We're now in a massive Hollywood contraction. Hollywood is shrinking. They're not producing as much things in California, but Amazon's studio space mainly isn't in California. They've got some, obviously, but they've also got some in San Diego. They've got some in Canada. They've got some on the East Coast somewhere, I forget where. They've got studio space all over. As that studio space and as that capacity grows, I really have to question the common sense of Amazon if they don't do this. But guys, get into the comments and tell me what you think. On a scale of 1 to 10, how stupid is Amazon MGM? I'm going to go with like a 9, the fact that they haven't done this yet. And all they've ended up doing is frustrating fans. That's all they've done by delaying. They should have got a partner like Sony, like, again, they've talked about more than once, and got this done years ago. At least 2 years ago. At least. But what do you think? Get into the comments and rate them out of 10 for stupidity. Also, share this video because actually people have stopped talking about Stargate, and if we don't talk about it, this won't happen. Amazon really care about things like this channel, viewing figures, and people talking about Stargate. If they're not talking about it, we won't get it. So, Stargate fans, get off your arse and let's do something about it. You know, start posting "we want Stargate" again on Twitter, etc. If you are new to the channel, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out, and I will keep on top of it and give you any further Stargate news in the future. Also, you can become a member of the channel and get to see a lot of our videos before everybody else. Go check that out as well. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.